What is up, Music Junkies? We are bringing you a brand new episode today, but before we dive into that, we want to share some music news with you guys. So first up, Mario, you want to kick us off here?
The Expendables new song, Lives and Loves. It's good song. Out. Listen to them. They're a fucking great band. You know, they have that little bit of mixture of everything. And check it out.
And then what is that band? Iration? Is that how you pronounce their name?
I've heard it pronounced so many different ways. And you know how we're in a border town, so they don't know how to.
Iration.
Iration. I Irration. But I think it's
They got a new
Iration.
song
Yeah.
coming out. It's called Right Here, Right Now, May 1st.
Ooh.
So keep
What is
your
it?
eyes
Isn't
peeled
that
for that.
tomorrow?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tomorrow. Wait. No, that's not tomorrow because today's tomorrow is Thursday the 30th. So today's the 4th. So it came out.
Oh yeah. All right. So it already came out by the time people listen to this. Yeah, that's true. We're going back to the fucking future. Yeah. We got Marty McFly right here and shit.
And then Slightly Stupid is coming out, or they're scheduled to start touring in June, which is a few months away. But
Yeah. We hope.
we're not going to be off of lockdown by then.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna be doing live streaming shows for the rest of summer.
Pretty soon, they might have to start doing their digital performances, maybe even start charging like a small donation fee so that way the artists can make some money aside from their merch.
Yeah.
I think that'd be smart.
Yeah. Tribal Seeds is working on a new album. I don't know how far they're getting into it, but they're a native of San Diego. They're local, and I think I've mentioned it before, but I was at a party. They just played a concert, and I didn't go to it because I didn't have the money, and they were expensive tickets. But they just played, and then after the party or after the show, they went to a party, and I showed up, and it was the members of Tribal Seas just playing beer pong in the kitchen. I was like, okay, cool. So I stood there and was like, "Ooh, a band, a famous band."
That's freaking dope. And that was Tribal Seeds.
Tribal Seeds, yeah.
And then Sublime, they're going to have a live show on Friday. So if you like Sublime like we do,
No.
no.
It's the 4th today when this episode's streaming. So we're going back to the future again. So I hope you caught. I hope you caught Sublime's live stream.
This is so damn confusing.
Life is confusing, Jacob. Life is confusing. All right. So let's just live with it and move on. Soja, new episode. The Beacon. New episode. So just to give people a background, we usually record on Saturday, 2 days before we release the episode. That's usually when we record. And now it's Thursday. It's Thursday the 30th, April 30th. So we're completely out of whack right now. And that's what's going on. I got some shit going on in my head. I just worked, full 8 hours. So I got that in my head. Anyways, so they got a new single out, Beacon of Light, featuring Bobby Lee. Have a listen.
Ayatera, they're kind of struggling right now. They're low on their funds, and they are asking their fans for some donations. So if you guys could be generous, or if you want to see what you could potentially get, they're actually selling a 420 essential kit. It's kind of cool. I'd look into it, check it out.
Really good
Go through
band.
that stuff.
Really good band. So help them out. We're all just people trying to make a living, and if you're a music junkie, if you love music, if you listen to music, help your favorite bands out. Yeah. And if this is a new band for you, Ayaterra is a great band. Listen to them. You know, it's not just them. There's bands that do this for a living. So help out.
Leilani Wolfgram. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah.
She has a new single called The Flame. It's coming out. Well, they came out. Sorry. They came out on the 13th of last month. So if you haven't heard of that yet, it's actually pretty fire. It's slap.
It's fire because it's called The Flame. It's so lit.
It's lit.
Reggae. I want to.
I think we'll go ahead. Oh, you want to talk? I'm sorry. Go.
No, not anymore. You cut me out. It's fine. It's fine. Just go ahead. Introduce our guest.
But first, I think we should get what's on your mind out there because the world needs to hear.
It's already done. So I already forgot what I was gonna say. So it's Thursday.
It was really good too. It was probably really good.
It was probably gonna make this podcast the best podcast ever, and you
blew it,
sir. You cut me off. I'm gonna have to ask you to put on your mask because no one wants to see your face.
I got a sock. Will that work?
No, not that sock. I know what that sock is used for.
Yeah, it's used for the mic as a pop filter because I'm poor.
Oh God, Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursdays. We need to get a drink or something. God damn.
Soon. So we're introducing to you the B Foundation. So stay tuned.
Should I go put some on anyways, just for fun?
It's just so you can match with us.
Yeah.
So we're not recording
Yeah.
yet.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I want to look cool too.
Dude, you got like lights and shit? Oh, you got a microphone there. Perfect.
Nice.
What's up, gentlemen? Oh, whoops.
Oh, it's not even plugged in.
What is that? An Ashley Simpson moment when she's lip syncing and she got caught?
Yeah.
There you go. Just hold that
Yeah,
there.
man. I just love doing podcasts. You know, I get right up and personal. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. You guys all have matching microphones.
I know. We have to get matching tattoos with this.
Oh boy.
I got a battery.
So where's Ian?
Oh man, that's a whole different conversation. He doesn't have internet like or something in Canada. I don't know.
The guy phones out to Canada. Doesn't have the internet.
He's been trying to upload his portion of the music video for like 3 days. So
Wouldn't that be funny if they just didn't let him back into the States?
I think that'd be hilarious.
He's in Canada.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know about this coronavirus, guys. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get to the free healthcare and shit, or what?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's got dual citizenship, so.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, his family's got like a compound on an island, Vancouver Island. I mean, it sounds cooler than it is. I think he's been farming like every day.
Oh.
So,
Dude, check out my Bluetooth cable, man.
Dude, that's dope. Happy face.
wow. That's
And a
legit.
heart. Damn.
99-cent store, bro.
It's plugged in too. What kind of Bluetooth is it?
It's the headset.
So it's Bluetooth.
Or not Bluetooth. I meant USB cable.
Yeah, I was gonna say so it's Bluetooth, but it's wired.
Yeah, it's wired Bluetooth. It's new technology.
It's blue.
It's blue.
That's the kind of shit you get from us, just so you know.
Yeah,
No,
I'm cool with that. So whenever you guys are ready, we could start.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So where are you guys located at right now?
I'm in San Diego. He's
I'm
in.
like
what?
60 miles away from San Francisco. So
Oh, okay.
Fairfield.
We're all up and down the coast here.
Yeah.
Oh, I had you guys mixed up. I had you in San Diego and you in San Francisco.
Red shirt, San Diego.
Yeah. I got it.
So
Yeah.
thank you guys for making the time to come on the show. I mean,
Sure. Hell yeah.
I mean, there's not much we could be doing right now with this shit going on, but I really appreciate your time.
For sure.
I've been listening to you guys, and you guys are fucking badass. I hear a lot of different sounds with your music, and I get a lot of me personally. I get the feel of like Sublime type shit, you know. So I really enjoy listening to you guys. First of all, I want to ask how'd you guys get started?
Well, how'd we get started?
Are you asking me? Are you asking me?
Yeah. Well, let's see. I could just give a little quick background on myself, I guess. Musically, I grew up playing piano. My mom, forced me to take piano lessons. I studied in the classic genre of piano until I had the option to continue taking lessons on my own or not. And then I decided to stop taking lessons. And then I just kind of continued playing on my own because I enjoyed it. And then it wasn't until college that I picked up the guitar. So then instead of studying and being good and taking my classes in college, I was just playing the guitar instead, smoking pot.
That's how you should be doing it.
Yeah, and then obviously listened to a lot of stuff, classic rock and everything, but the one band that obviously got hooked in my brain was Sublime. And then all I wanted to do at that time was to just jam, drink Bud Lights and smoke the chronic weed. And that's kind of how it all began. I worked at a restaurant at Tony Roma's with a friend of mine named Ronnie, who played the drums. Well, and then him and I would, get together and play Sublime covers mostly at that time. We weren't really into creating our own music yet. And then Jason actually got transferred into that restaurant as well as manager there. And then he overheard us talking one day, I guess, about jamming. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I used to play for Blink 182 or something in the lines of that." He's like, "We're like, what? We need a bass player." He's like, "I'll play bass. I'll learn it." So then he came to the practice.
Pretty much how it went.
Yeah, so then he came to the practice, and he's our manager at this point. So, well, I guess he still kind of is the manager, but in a different set of eyes at this time, early in the day. So, my buddy Ronnie and I were all sketch about when we were gonna smoke some weed. It was just like, I don't know, man. Should we fucking tell Jason? Should we smoke with Jason? He's like, "What the fuck, dude? You guys gonna share that or what?"
You're gonna pass that shit or what?
Yeah.
Puff, pass, motherfucker.
I was like a host. I was a host and a busboy, and Ronnie was a bartender, and I was their manager, so I was their boss. So I try to put myself in their shoes, and it probably would be kind of weird. But we were all like 22, we were like kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'd be like, go hide around the corner to smoke a little weed, like try to hide from me, like at their garage. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like hiding from their dad.
yeah, that's exactly. It's been like that forever. But yeah, like that's how it was. I was like, "Are you guys gonna pass that over here, or what's going on here?"
Do I have to fucking beg or what?
Yeah, so we just I had never played bass in my life. I had played guitar. I got a guitar when I graduated, like 8th grade or whatever, and I'd been played in a couple punk bands or whatever in high school, and like he said, they were talking about Sublime, which was like my favorite band at the time, and
I mean,
so
this is what 2000,
2001. Yeah.
So I mean, Sublime, is still super popular about that time. You know, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think Sublime is one of those bands that will never stop being popular. I think their music. Well, I mean, right now they have Rome. It's a little bit different, but the original Sublime is kind of universal.
Yeah, and what attracted me to? Oh, what's up?
Even back in my hometown at the river in Yuma, a little town in Arizona by the border of Mexico.
Oh yeah,
we're by the rivers out there. You hear that there all the time. So I mean, it's just it's great music. That and reggaeton, but this is about
reggaeton.
Let me
That's a whole different thing.
Topic. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that kind of attracted me to them was just the whole, party, carefree, don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
And at that point, that was kind of at the point in my life where I didn't drink until I was 18. I didn't smoke weed, anything in high school. I was a goody two shoe. So as soon as I got to college, I joined a frat with my buddy, and then it's all over from there. But so this is like when I first getting stoned and just like really, really getting into it like in that aspect. So, and I like the jams. They're fucking catchy. What can I say?
Yeah.
The
So what
style
do you
and
think
all
the
that.
hardest thing for you is to? What's the hardest part about songwriting for you guys? Would you say?
Finishing a song.
Right.
The final
Writing the
change.
second verse.
writing a second verse. I'm like, I am famous for repeating verses because I'm too lazy to write a second verse.
Yeah, we have albums that have songs that literally have the same verse on it because that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Good
like,
time.
oh, the first verse was so good. How could I match that? So I won't even attempt to write a second verse. I'll
You
just
literally match it.
I would literally sing the second verse. Yeah.
Our songs, like sometimes Pat will come with a completely finished song, from beginning to end, which is cool, but like years down the road, I can't say like, oh, I helped write that, like it was given to us as a band, and then there's other times that we just go into the room together and like we'll just make up a song on the spot,
I
and
think he's excited.
we've written songs in 5 minutes like that, and we're all. I think that our songs come mostly from the music first, right, and then we have to write lyrics afterwards.
Yeah.
We're really about the vibe of the sounds, playing together.
Yeah.
More than anything. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say definitely music first for us because I'm trying to turn off my monitor here, but because classical music to me, it was all about the music.
Yeah.
Even today, when I listen to songs, I don't listen to the lyrics first. I actually have to pay attention to listen to the lyrics. What I hear is the melody of the lyrics.
Right.
That's what I mostly pay attention to, and the instruments. Like there's still songs today that I've listened to since the '90s that I have no idea what they're saying. But
Because just focus on the music.
I can hum you the melody. Yeah, for sure. So that's definitely how I write. Is definitely music first, and then I'll write lyrics after.
I've come up with cool lyrics, and then I don't know what to do with them. You know what I mean? Like I can't like pick up the guitar and like make the lyrics sound like the music. I don't know how. Like Elton John, he does that opposite. Like he writes the words first, and I just don't. I don't know. It seems like impossible to me. And Pat writes most of the lyrics, but like, I think for the band, like the music is so much more important.
Yeah, we had a band, kind of a duo come on the show, and they wrote their lyrics first. Like the singer would come to the producer with a hook, and he would just make music, based on that hook. I'm like, oh, yeah, I have no idea how. I personally have no idea how to do that. That seems so backwards. But
yeah, when we were younger, we used to try to we weren't that great of players. I mean, Pat is fucking phenomenal piano player and knows music theory and stuff, and just but I wouldn't say I'm the best or our other guitar player's the best or our drummer. We're really more about like the sum of our parts. But we'd be writing a song in my garage or something, and we would be like, how do we make this more strange? Like let's go to this weird chord here, and let's try to, I think because we weren't like trying to write pop songs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, let's write a hook right here that people can sing along with, until it became more of a job. Then we started caring about that at all.
When you started getting money.
Yeah, we're like, oh, maybe we should try to let have people sing along, and like, maybe this will get played on the radio, whatever, but that was never
Let's
ever a
engage
goal.
with our audience.
Right?
Yeah.
When did you guys transition? Because I know you guys were playing punk. When did you guys transition to reggae?
Well, we play everything. That's the problem with this band.
We still play punk.
Yeah, well, I hear a lot of punks, but you said you were covering Sublime's. Sublime has reggae, but they also have punk and ska. When did you guys just go to the more reggae style?
I would say you'd have to delve more into our catalog to understand that, because we're like the least reggae band in this whole genre of music. We don't do that much reggae, to be honest.
If you stuck us with a bunch of punk punk bands, they'd be like, these guys are too reggae.
Right.
And then you stick us with a bunch of reggae bands,
Yeah.
they're like, these guys are too punk. Like, because
I
we're
totally
just,
have. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I think that is kind of good though, because it doesn't, you're not just pinpointing one genre. So
I always say, like, we've done Warped Tour, right? I always said, like, at Warped Tour, we were like the most reggae band on Warped Tour, and then we go play reggae festivals, and we're like the most punk band, at the reggae festival. It's like almost got a punk attitude either way. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna just do what we do, and if you guys are not interested or whatever, like, that's fine. Like, our albums, every song is different.
Yeah.
And we've been together 20 years, and I look back and I try to think, why weren't we so successful, or why were we, or think about it. Like, I feel like our band is like, it's for like the ADD kid, like, you could turn on song 1 is like a punk ska thing, song 2 is like a John Mayer sounding thing, song 3 is like a hip hop song. Like, we just write this shit for us, like, we never, like I was saying earlier, we never had the fans in mind. And I think that to a certain extent that probably hurt us over the years, and also helped us because the people that understand, how we are and who we play for, like, there's albums from other bands you can put on that are the same tempo the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like 78 beats per minute, the same 4 chords, like, and I'm not saying anything negative, I'm just saying
you like to switch it up.
Yeah, we're proud of that,
Like, in all honesty, I think I would lose interest if we just played 74 BPM reggae for an hour and a half. I would just be like, I don't know, I got to change that, because I also like to integrate blues in there and stuff. So it's just nothing wrong with the droney reggae. It's great. People love it. Obviously, the scene is huge these days, but just for my personal brain, it's, I can only handle so much of it, and especially when I'm the one who's playing.
Yeah.
I like to change it up.
Yeah, especially when you're touring so much and playing this music for, every day for months and months. You can't get bored of your own music. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
That's the thing, like a Revolution fan, or like, one of these bands that are, more on the reggae vibe. They may have heard our name because we played shows with all these people, and they're our friends, and we grew up together. Like, we fit into a certain scene, which is great. But like, some of those people that are super into roots reggae might throw on our album and be like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
not for me.
Yeah, and then you see us at Warped Tour, right? And then you pick up our record because people are fucking going in circles, and you get to song 3 and it's like a slow reggae song. It might be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we just never cared about
This is the same band that was playing yesterday, man. Where like the guy fucking dove off the stage.
Yeah, was skanking and shit.
Yeah, now he's singing about like a love relationship in a slow reggae jam, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I always say that I'm proud of doing that. You know what I mean? Because I always play songs for myself more first.
Yeah. Who's your favorite band to play with? Or who has been your favorite show? Yeah.
Who's the favorite band we ever played with?
Yeah.
If you got to take, well, I mean, we played with a lot of dope bands with like festivals and stuff. Like, do I get to include those bands?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Oh, okay, then no effects. We played with No Effects at Warped Tour.
Yeah, right. They were on one of those stages.
That was at Dodger Stadium. They played with us. Yeah, that's my favorite band. So I mean, I'd have to choose that.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think one of the bands that we probably had tons of fun with on tour and got along with like everybody in the crew is Ballyhoo. Like those, we mesh real close together, like personality wise with those guys. Real down to earth. You go on tour with different bands, and it's interesting because you think like, oh, we're just gonna have like the grandest little time, this and that, and you just find you come to find out that some personalities just don't match.
Mix, yeah.
Yeah, and it's with the individuals and with with bands and stuff, but you know, Ballyhoo is always one that sticks in my mind of having some pretty chaotic times with, and good times, you know, bad times.
And they've grown as a band tremendously. They're doing very well, and they're growing their brand at all times. Even with this coronavirus, they're doing great live shows. And Howie, the singer, has a podcast, and he did the artwork for 2 of our last 3 singles. And I could call him right now and shoot the shit about our family, whatever. Just super great people, and they have never changed at any level of their band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've slept on dirt floors together, and they've do huge shows and have a great following. So it's cool that they've been the same the whole time. You can't say that about everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, here they're coming out with the vaccine for the coronavirus too.
Are you guys gonna get it? Get your biometrics?
Yeah. Ballyhoo's on top of it, man.
Sorry,
I'm
man.
unscannable, dude.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I got opinions. I know everyone else has them too.
Unscannable.
Have you guys seen Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Oh man, we're living in that shit.
I was about to say that. Those are the times we're living in.
President Camacho and everything.
God damn. That's fucking.
Man.
How are you guys coping at home?
I'm going to work.
Dude. Do it good.
Nice.
Yeah, Pat's really, really stoked actually that the asteroid passed by yesterday.
Dude, I didn't even know about that.
I don't even know what's going on. What?
Yeah, see, for the
You're
last
good. You don't have to worry about it.
So when all this stuff started, I when they started to tell everyone to stay in their homes, right, and to stop going out, like I started to be like, what's really going on? I'm all into conspiracy stuff.
Question everything.
I love it. Don't trust the government. Question
That's
everything.
Jake. That's Jake.
And I came up with this. I came up with this own idea in my head. I'm like, what if there's this big old asteroid that's coming to Earth and it's just gonna just destroy everything? So they're just trying to get everybody inside before this thing hits, right? So I'm freaking out about this in my own mind. It's called catastrophizing. I do it all the time. And then Jason hits me up like a day later. He's like coming home from work. He's like, bro, I got some information that I need to tell somebody. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
I was like, do you want to get some anxiety?
He's like, you want some anxiety? I'm like, no, I don't. And then finally, he comes over the next day so we can work on that new track that we just released, Work Until It's Over. And he's like, I'm just going to tell you anyway. So on top of my own personal theory about the asteroid, this fool reads me this thing about it's confirmed. Like there's a confirmed from an ex-CIA dude or something, like he's confirmed that,
there's an asteroid.
This shit. Yeah, when was this? Like late March, early April?
I don't know, when did the song came out? Yeah, it was like
it came out on the 15th.
Yeah, the end of March.
It was before that. So
it was before we were doing
so the end of March, and it was supposed to come and just destroy everything yesterday. And so the entire month of April,
you were freaking out.
I could enjoy my days, but on top of all the coronavirus shit, I've also got this we're all gonna die from a fucking asteroid shit going on in my head.
Now we don't have to. The next one's 2029, so we got 9 years to chill.
Yeah, it's
9 years to chill.
It's ways away.
The next one is smaller, but it's supposed to be inside the moon.
It's inside if it went through it was supposed to go through a bullseye, last year or something like that. And if it went through, then it was gonna possibly contact Earth on the next round, which is at the end of this decade.
Yeah,
but I don't think it made it through the hole that they're talking about.
Yeah, we work for NASA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got a degree behind you or what?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So other than that, going back to your question, everything else is pretty chill.
Pretty chill.
So would you say it's impacting you when you guys are making music, or is it helping? Is it doing one or the other more?
The coronavirus?
Yeah, this whole thing, the whole disturbance of our fucking everyday lives.
The quarantine?
I would say that we're actually working really hard right now because, I don't know, it's not because we have time, because I'm going to work, Pat's going to work. and we can't get together because what is that?
It's a cat.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Like we put out, we decided, we had already been playing the song "Work Until It's Over" for a while, a couple months, and then like when all this shit happened, I was like, we got to get in the studio like tomorrow, and go get that shit done and get it out because, the words are really good. It makes a lot of sense for what's going on. And so we went to the studio, we banged it out in like a day or two, and then released it a couple weeks later. And we're working on releasing like a 20-song B-sides album. So like,
Damn.
been working on yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. We shot a music video last weekend. We're fucking busy. Like we're busier than we want to be or than we normally are.
Yeah.
But we can't do normal stuff,
Yeah.
Like our drummers in Canada, we can't like hang out and get in the studio. We did a live stream on 421 with just the three of us with the guitars, and we have another one this Saturday so that our fans can hang out with us and hear some music in their quarantines.
Yeah, the
And,
fucking
Dude,
the Quarantina
we
wine
need it
mixer.
right now. Bad.
That's right, the Quarantina wine mixer.
What's
One
up,
of our
man?
fans named it that, and I was like, oh, I'm on that now from now on.
Yeah, that's just good.
I'll just share
The
some.
fucking Quarantina.
Fucking Quarantina wine mixer. It's like the last year or 2 years we've been touring a lot less than we were before, but we still go out on tour, and every time I hashtag anything, it's always world tour. Like no matter what, like world tour Bakersfield. We're going to Bakersfield for one night,
Well, you guys were supposed to play in do a little California and Arizona tour, weren't you?
Yeah, we never went to Arizona on this little run, but we did go. We played One Love Cali Roots Festival.
Roots
And then
Festival.
we played with Iration up in Chico, and we did a little run with Expendables in early January. So we were running around, but it was all California. They don't let us leave the state anymore.
Where's the furthest you've gone?
Japan.
Damn.
Whoa.
How was that?
Yeah, we took a boat.
Yeah, Gilbert's still on his way back. No, yeah, we've toured the United States like 14 times, like all around the country. We've done Warped Tour. We went to Japan. We had Japan was a fucking trip, but we didn't know anything. We had no expectations going there, and then like half the shows were sold out, and we saw our cardboard cutouts of us in Tower Records in Tokyo.
Damn.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was a really
Man.
cool experience.
That kind of a feeling.
Yeah, it was weird. And then we came home and we played our first show in Hollywood and home, and there was like 30 people.
You go to Japan, huge fucking turnout. You come home and like, hey, what's up, Carl? Hey, Earl.
Exactly.
We're about to play some jams for you.
Yeah, we're at the right
No
place.
love.
Anymore.
No love in the hometown.
Yeah, that's how it
Funny,
always
too,
is.
'cause the first quarantine wine mixer too. We're like people giving tips and donations or whatever. And that went basically to the guys that are not working in the band or whatever. But it's funny because I'm like, dude, somebody will give you $40 via PayPal to play music for them, but they won't spend $10
Yeah, to go to your show.
to go see you live, at the bar because they got to pay for the drinks, and it's just a mission. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, it doesn't
You
make
gotta
sense.
be careful with those friends that expect free stuff too, man. It's like, hello.
Oh yeah, $10 is a stretch. Hey, what? I'm with the band.
Well,
We're getting the money from the door. Nah, just put me on the list.
Don't I
Yeah.
get VIP treatment, bro? We've known each other for like a week. Come on.
Yeah.
Every
It's
day.
like we're all most of y'all are adults now with careers and families, man. You can't cough up the $10
Right.
to help out the band you listening to for 20 years, man.
Just
Right.
just pull it out of your 401k. Come on.
Yeah.
We've had some fans, that have been around like the whole time, like 20 years, and it's like pulling teeth. They're the
Yeah,
ones.
I know at least a couple of them who are definitely making probably 6 figures or more a year. They're just like, you put me on the list, man. It's like a status thing. I get it, but
It is.
Jesus
You're right.
Christ.
It's like an
So
ego
I know
thing.
Spotify has its own opinion, but what is your guys' opinion? What is your favorite album that you guys have came out with together that you would say?
Our album,
Yeah.
your
Is
favorite.
audio from my house too loud? There's like an air conditioner on over here. Is it all good?
No, it's
No,
good.
there's just a really loud guy talking in mine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm just kidding.
What's our favorite album of our own?
Yeah.
Yeah, of your own stuff.
Man.
Trouble Standing, probably.
Yeah, trouble standing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about your
Let's go
song?
even deeper. Yeah, what's your favorite song from that album? It's okay if you have more. We want to know. So we're
No,
just
that's
curious.
okay. Those are good questions. Like my favorite song of ours ever is probably called "Evil Minds." We actually put it out on 2 albums. We put it on our first album, and then we re-recorded it on Souvenirs, Novelties, and Party Tricks. But it's really hard to decide. I really like the Fast Lane too. That's on Trouble Standing. And it also change, it also like how it feels to play the songs.
Yeah.
Like I've been super emotional playing. That sounds weird, but like really,
No.
really into a certain song live that like we don't even play anymore. So it's not like those aren't like my favorite songs, but playing them is different too. Like the Funeral song, I love playing that song, but we haven't played it in 10 years probably. But I remember times playing it where I was like, fucking, this shit is heavy.
Yeah.
Like in the song,
You're in your feelings and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This
And
kid
it's
passed, this
way
kid
more
passed away, and we were
personal,
playing a fundraiser for his family, and we played that song, and I remember it. It was fucking heavy for people, including myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite song on that album, I guess, would be the Fast Lane.
Yeah.
I had to look up the album to see what songs were on there. I was like, I never remember what songs. are
Yeah,
on
you've
all
been
these
working
albums.
too hard, man.
It's because you don't have that list in front of your monitor saying.
Right?
Dude, if I gotta play a show without a set list in front of me, I'm doomed.
Back in the
Like,
early days, we would never have a
Jason can remember the tracks, but once I'm up there on stage, if I try and recall songs in my head, I just blank out after.
Yeah,
like 3
you're
songs.
you're in the moment, and it's like when you're under pressure, it's fucking you can't remember shit.
Yeah, I can remember all those lyrics of you tell me the song, I remember all the lyrics, but then when you say, "Hey, let's create a mental set list on the spot," I'm just like,
What? Yeah. Yeah, you
Let's
asked
just
you,
pick something wrong with it. Yeah.
you asked me what my favorite band is or my favorite song is. In the moment, I'll blank out, and I won't. I can't think of their name. I can't think of anything.
you know what's funny is I watched a YouTube video kind of similar to that. What this guy did on the YouTube channel is he would go to concerts and then he would go up to people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? With
the band shirt.
shirts?
Name 3 songs. Yeah.
Name 3 songs.
And they're like,
from your band. And he's like, oh, this is my favorite fucking band, and he can't even come up with 2 songs.
I
Yeah.
gotta check that out.
Because you put him on the spot.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber, and he does all kinds of producing and shit. He's like a metalhead. What's his name? Justin. I forgot. Yeah, but I saw that and I was like, wow. I mean, you can't wear a band shirt if you don't know their fucking songs.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite bands?
My favorite band would probably be the Killers, and I just grew up listening to the Killers.
Are you from Las Vegas?
I'm not. No.
That's a good band, though. You know what's funny is like the other day I put on that Blue album. I forget what it's called. No
Hot
Fuss.
Fuzz. Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz, yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to the whole album and I was like, damn, this shit is so good. I
Yeah.
don't play it that often, but I went back and listened to it randomly out of nowhere, and it was like, this shit is great. That's a good band.
I grew up listening to Tupac, Bone Thugs. My brother is gangster. He was in that scene. And then one of his girlfriends at the time came up to me and was like, "Hey, you would probably like this." And I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And so I put it on. I was like, what, 11? I put it on and I was like, my fucking god, yeah, it's pretty good. And that's how I got into rock, more instrumental type shit.
Let me ask you a question. Since you like Tupac, what do you think of this?
Oh, it's cutting out.
Yeah, I could barely hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I can hear the beat.
I could hear a little bit, yeah.
That's just a little flavor. Yeah, it's funny you're saying about being introduced to a unfamiliar sound. That's my first reaction. My first reaction because my brother was really into that style of hip hop too. He's 3 years older than me, You know, so this is in the '90s. He had all the tapes, but you know, everything, all that Craig Mack and stuff. But then the first time I heard Rage Against the Machine,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what is this? What is this? And then
a combination of the two.
And then, you know, the next thing I know is I grew into, you know, Rage Against the Machines is now one of my all-time favorite bands. It's like, but you know, it was so funny because it was so kind of a little outside the box
Yeah.
of what I had been listening to every
I
day,
take
which
you for a
was
System of a Down kind of guy too.
hip-hop.
And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
used to
They're
listen
great. I saw them-
to
I saw them a year
System
ago.
of a Down.
Yeah.
Not so much these days. But yeah,
Oh,
they were
yeah.
they were definitely in the playlist.
We were in a screamo type band, and you would see me rocking like Easy E shirts, you know, playing do it metal ass shit, and I was like, so
That's
you know,
cool.
you get a little bit of everything, and I think that's cool that I grew up with that, and then I got introduced into other music.
Yeah, man. I don't. I really would listen to anything from classical to hip hop. It's
Yeah.
just anything but country, to be honest. Unless it's like old country, like Willie Nelson. or
Willie
Waylon
Nelson,
Jr.
yeah.
Even
Well-
then, I can only listen to like a song or two. But I mean, I can't listen to Luke Bryan or any of that.
Well,
shit,
you
know?
listen to new country, and it's fucking pop. It's country pop. It's not
Totally
it's not
pop,
even
yeah.
country anymore. You know,
I'd rather listen to K-pop, man.
right?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Those guys are just so beautiful.
Are they guys? I can't tell.
The K-pop members, they look like anime characters most of the time.
Yeah, they do. And have you seen those
Yeah.
videos? Have you seen
Real
those
weak,
videos?
okay?
Have you seen those videos of those females that they're like all beautiful? Those Asian females that are beautiful, and they start taking off their makeup. They remove their eyelashes and shit. It's like a completely different fucking person. And they put
I've seen
tape
those
and
videos.
shit. It's
I'm
fucking crazy.
gonna look
Look that up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah, Pat,
insane.
it's called Lady Boys. Look up Lady Boys.
Sorry.
Hey, Lilo. Kick back, fool. The dog thinks she's cool.
You guys were in a Bud Light commercial, right?
Man, our song was.
Are you? Well,
Wasn't
your
it?
song.
I don't think so.
That's the research I got. I
There was a,
I looked for the commercial and I could not find it.
No, I don't think that's true. That's false. But we were in an MTV cartoon show that only lasted one season. It was called Good Times. You can find it on YouTube. It was pretty cool. It's a good show.
Sometimes, huh?
We had 3 songs that got played throughout the season, just like little clips or whatever. But yeah, Good Times is
I'm
I
gonna
hope
look it
that's
up.
the right name.
It sounds familiar.
Or Good Vibe.
Good vibes,
Oh
maybe.
God.
What something with
I'm
good?
looking it up.
Whatever it was, we were all there. Cool. One season, rock and roll, man.
Fuck.
So outside of that,
Dubs the forest. R.I.P.
outside of that music video you guys have, do you have anything else that's new for your fans that you wanted to kind of talk about, or?
We got this
Anything you
up.
wanna
We
tell
got
us?
this up and coming Seaside's goodness here.
Yeah, we're gonna put out an album. We were gonna not tell anybody, so if anybody listening to this later, then they'll know. But
It's
you
not
know,
a secret.
kinda cool. It's like cool to just drop something without telling anyone. And we don't put out 3 singles in the last year and a half because we don't have any money anymore. You know, it costs fucking
A shit ton of
10
money.
grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 10 grand minimum to record an album. That's minimum, you know, without a label and everything. So we're not touring a lot. We don't have money sitting around. So, you know, when we have something good, we want to put it out. We go do a single for the people, you know, and that's been cool. It's, you know, the songs all have done well. Like K-Rock has played all 3 of the singles in the last year. So that's really awesome, you know. Real proud of that. And then, so we're just going to drop this 20-song fucking album and just tell people, oh, hey, we got an album out. Go check it out. And it's all just like B-sides and demos and stuff. And, you know, unreleased songs that maybe we did in the studio that didn't make it to the album, you know.
That's
And
fucking badass.
cool hip-hop shit.
I'm just I'm just itching to play a live show, man.
Oh fuck.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Just
Live it. I mean, that nothing. You know, playing music, recording your music is fine, but when you're fucking in front of a live audience, that's a whole fucking different high.
yeah. I've got this new amp that I've had for almost 2 months now.
Oh, you
And
haven't got to use it.
I've only played live shows with it twice, so
Oh,
I'm still trying to dial in the tone on it, but I can't. And if you're not, it's hard when you're not in a live setting.
yeah.
When you're in a studio, we practice live together for the song. It sounds good in there too. It's just a little different atmosphere
Yeah.
than it is when you've got the amp on stage with the monitors and the micings and all that. So
People.
And all the EQs
and
all the- I
people,
get you.
Yeah,
yeah.
the energy. Like I'll go play a show with in a 500-person room packed with like mad energy from the crowd, and I'll do that for free every day of my life.
Yeah.
Like I love that shit. I love the way it feels. I love the energy from the people. It's so much more important to me than anything else. So it's like
Mhm.
you could pay me $5,000 to do a Zoom conference, and it would the money's cool, but it's not fucking cool. It's not as fun as like vibing with the people and getting sweaty with people.
Yeah, that's the best feeling. Yeah.
Definitely. Do you guys
Yeah.
have any funny mishaps that have happened along the way at any of your tours or on your
How
shows?
much time do you have, dude?
Yeah, you got
All right, no, it's fine. We can wrap it
Okay.
up.
No, I'm saying how much time do you
No,
have?
he's saying because they have a shit ton of stories.
I was like, yeah, all right, go on, get out of here.
Nah, listen, man. I'll just say that. Do you know who Eka Mouse is?
Yes.
Okay, he's like a reggae legend or whatever. We went on tour with this dude, one of our first big tours, national tours ever. We were opening for him, and his band was using our equipment. That's kind of like how we got to do the tour. And I could probably tell you 20 different stories that are noteworthy that will fucking make you die. But I just want you to imagine a blizzard, right? We're driving in a blizzard in Oregon, and like it's scary as fuck, right? And Eka Mouse is in the third row of our van, and he's got a laptop in front of him. And he's watching a donkey show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real donkey show that our friend Darren slipped onto one of my, back then we had to put movies on CDs, to watch in the van. So I saw some strange file and opened it up, and there's a woman fucking a donkey, and Eka Mouse was thoroughly pleased by hanging with the white guys in the blizzard watching donkey show.
Awesome. Now
Like,
we know
we're
what's the secret
literally-
behind his music.
yeah, we're literally on like on a 2-lane highway, 1 lane each way, trees up and down. Like the snow has been pushed up against the bankment on the side,
Yeah,
and we're on in a van with a trailer, and there's like straight up just semis coming, plowing through the other direction, just like within like if it seems like this much space between the two cars. But he's just sitting back there, just totally blind of what's going on around him.
Just focused.
Just faced in the screen of his donkey show.
The thing is, like, I might have watched the donkey show too. I once in my life.
Might have.
Yeah, I'm just saying maybe, but like, you can't watch too much. Like, you only need like 30 seconds to say, okay.
Okay, that's a donkey dick.
Yeah, this dude like rewound this shit and watched the whole thing again. It's fucking crazy. You go on tour with Eka Mouse, and you have stories forever. Like our friends, the Expendables and Slightly Stupid have both, one of their early tours were both the same thing, opening for Eka Mouse, and they all have very similar crazy ass stories because he's a maniac. I think he kidnapped a woman on one of the tours we did together. Like, for real.
Wait, what?
He kidnapped some chick in, like, I don't know. Right? Remember?
Yeah.
Those are some heavy stones, bro. Be careful though.
Yeah.
This fool got a gun pulled on him, trying to settle at the end of his show.
Oh, jeez.
Because the promoter didn't want it. Jason was there. I didn't witness that.
I was in the room. Yeah, I was trying to get our money, too.
Damn, that is
And the promoter just pulled out a gun and said, "Fuck you, I'm not paying you," or what?
Something like that. It was in a real janky, like, it was in a weird record store in Tucson, Arizona. It was not a normal show. It was fun, but like we usually would just go back to our van and like their tour manager would come out and give us our money or whatever. And I didn't really have to deal with it at that point. But this night it was like just taking forever, and like I get a text from their tour manager like, "Yo, I don't know if we're getting paid." Blah blah blah, and I went in the office to go. I'm a big guy, so I went in there to like show some skin. And yeah, dude just pulls out a gun and puts it on the table. Is like, "I'm not fucking with you guys," and we're it was crazy. Just the Ika Mouse story. There's like 10 of them easily. Just him. Hey dog.
What's up, dog?
Hey, you got some up dog on your
Oh
shirt.
my god, is that
Yeah, he's the Beagle boxer.
Heck yeah. Called it.
Ika Mouse also, we played a show in Santa Cruz,
Watch
right?
him disappear.
I don't know if I want to tell this story actually. Yeah, fuck it.
You said Santa Cruz. It sounds
Yeah, we're in Santa Cruz. We played so many fun shows in that town. That's like one of my favorite places to play. But so we're backstage at the Catalyst, and Ika Mouse has some Jamaican dude bring him. This is called Tiger Bone, I guess, and it was like a gallon jug of like mint or like herbs and shit. So basically, it's like liquid Viagra.
Oh my god.
You're supposed to take a little cup or whatever, and you have Viagra. And so, anyways, this dude drank way too much, right? And so we played. The next show was in Casper, California, like up in this little ghost town. It was on Easter Sunday. I remember like it was yesterday. It was a crazy day. And so we're driving up there, and they keep pulling over. Like we're caravanning behind Ika Mouse's van, and they keep pulling over. And Mouse gets out, and he's like walking around the parking lot. And he's a big, scary looking dude. And he's like walking around, and he goes behind a trash can and starts like beating off. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, he drank all this Tiger Bone, and he had this big boner. So anyways, we go to the show and we play the show, and he's so like oddly uncomfortable. He's got a towel hanging over his junk area, and he's playing, and it was one of the shortest sets I've seen from them. They usually played a long time. They play real short. He gets off, and they had to take him to the fucking emergency room to drain his penis. Then he has at the top of his dick, he had like a baseball.
God damn. If your erection lasts more than 4 hours.
Dude,
Yeah.
never.
That was like 2 days.
Yeah, it was a couple days.
They had to drain it.
Their tour manager was a good friend. He's a friend of ours at that point. He's a young white dude or whatever, and he goes to Ika Mouse. He's like, "Hey, are you all right?" And Mouse is like, "You want to see it?" And so he's like, "Just gotta help him," He's like, "I guess," So he pulled it out. That's the only reason I know that it was the size of a baseball. I never saw it, but he told me.
Yeah.
Fucking baseball.
God
Yeah, they took him to the
damn.
hospital and got it drained out.
Oh, imagine that draining. Fuck.
The needle is probably like,
Right? Oh. Anyways,
Everybody squirms a little bit.
Oh,
God, forgive me for asking.
yeah. Sorry. Donkey shows and Tiger Bone.
No, that's definitely one of the most interesting responses we've ever gotten on
yeah.
So, round of applause, guys.
Yeah, well, whoever wants to go on tour with Ika Mouse, hit him up and, change your life.
Change your life. You'll see a baseball real soon. Well, I mean, I got everything we need. If you guys want to, say anything to your fans or.
How about you guys? What are you guys doing during this quarantine stuff? You go out, you go run around the neighborhood?
Yes, and we make sure that we are not wearing our respirators or any protective gear because.
What do you feel about that? Do the grocery stores around your houses, they require you to wear a mask to go in and shop?
My job requires me to wear a mask while I'm there, and
Me too.
and it makes a lot of people now because they've been conditioned, and I feel like almost on. It's hard to say this on the air because it's a very sensitive topic and it's very touchy for a lot of people.
I'm excited.
I've seen a lot of stuff like this unfurling before in the past because it tends to repeat itself, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, no, you gotta say more. So, you obviously got some conspiracy theory action going on. What's your thoughts on the whole thing? Let's go. Now's your turn.
Well, let me ask you what your thoughts
Add him
are.
on fucking Facebook, dude.
Shit.
Every
Let me ask
fucking
you what
other
your thoughts
post.
are.
The fall of the cabal.
Exactly. So
This is a good podcast. Oh, sorry, was I interrupting you? Go ahead.
What's it called?
What are your guys' thoughts on microwave radiation?
Microwave
We're talking
radiation.
5G right now.
I might be.
I don't really get into too much of the microwave radiation. I watched a lot of stuff about the 5G waves and the
That's
close
the 60-millimeter microwaves. Yeah.
the close proximity, the close proximity
Lysol?
of the towers.
Yeah,
I'm Mexican, bro. I got some fabuloso.
yeah. I love the smell of Fabuloso, dude.
What's your theory on the microwaves?
The only thing that I have to say about that, and I'll pull it up here just for some factual information.
Yeah, let's talk. This is good
So
stuff.
this was taken directly from the Mayo Clinic Hospital's
Backwards.
website. And it tells you what some of the symptoms are of radiation exposure, which are nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, fever, dizziness and disorientation. And because when you're exposed to this kind of stuff, it makes it harder for your hemoglobin to bond with the molecules of oxygen. So you experience a shortness of breath. And also when you're exposed to this, it takes up to 14 days before you show signs and symptoms. So thinking logically here, yeah, that does sound a lot like the coronavirus, doesn't it?
Right?
I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's more. I've heard a couple of people that have had friends and family members that they say have died from the coronavirus, but
Do you know anyone?
not anyone personally, no.
I don't know anybody personally who's had it.
I-
My girlfriend's mom works at a hospital, Pomona, and she says that hospital's completely dead.
Right, yeah,
Right
I've
now.
heard that too. Like it's not popping, or it's
Supposedly, my sister just sent me an article where one of her close friends just passed away due to the coronavirus. And there's this little boy in my nephew's high school that has the coronavirus, and I think he just beat it. But supposedly, I mean,
So you know somebody who died from it.
I personally don't. My sister does.
But he knows somebody. He knows somebody. It's just I'm so disattached from it. Like it's like it's so easy to come up with so many other theories and what's the true reality, because the media is gonna blow it up, obviously. And I completely stopped watching any type of news or news feed.
Honestly, you can't watch TV and believe anything they fucking say anymore.
I doesn't even have a Facebook, so
There's my Facebook.
My Facebook is for reposting Donald Trump memes.
Facebook.
No, honestly, I feel like they want to push for a vaccination. That's why they're doing it. They want us all to get chipped and ID'd. Yeah, Bill Gates. He funded the damn thing. He's the richest man.
He's a Rothschild, right?
Oh, he is? He's one of those fuckers that are on their eighth or ninth heart transplant? Nice.
Have you seen that Follow Cabal video? 3-hour long video?
No.
Who's on the Instagram? Which one of you guys?
Me.
We both are.
We both have access to it, but I mostly use it.
Oh, I've been talking to you, red shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you a link to share with him after.
All right.
You gotta have 3 hours of time though, but it's super interesting.
What is it called?
The Fall of Cabal. It's like about the deep state and all this crazy shit. Like I'm telling you, you're interested in conspiracy stuff. Like it's nuts, dude.
Have you seen Zeitgeist?
Zeitgeist, yeah.
Zeitgeist, yeah.
Yeah, that 3 hours long religion
This thing
conspiracy.
is more like now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the new modern times.
You know what the hardest part for a population would be? It's easier to fool them than it is to convince them that they're being fooled.
Is that a quote? Or is that your quote?
It needs to be.
It's a quote. Like, it's fucking real shit is what it is.
Jake is going to get it tattooed on his face.
I am. It's going to be...
That's his Facebook.
I want to get a tattoo of that black guy with the big dick that's on everything. I want to get a tattoo of him on my leg.
The
that
black
weird?
guy
Yeah,
with
so-
the big dick.
You know
Oh,
what
you
I'm
should-
talking about, right?
You should check. You should check out this podcast. It's all about the conspiracy
Yeah.
stuff. That's what I was trying to show you.
Oh
What's it?
yeah, I've seen that shit.
You know that guy.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that guy.
Stuff.
They don't want you to know.
Stuff they don't want you to know. Yeah,
That's a
That's fine.
podcast?
yeah. It's all conspiracy stuff. You know, it's pretty interesting. In fact, I was just listening to one they had about the COVID shit today. Called COVID-3.
Well, none of y'all have talked about your thoughts yet. What's the matter?
Well, you know, like I said, I'm personally just trying to ignore it. And you know, at first when it was all starting to happen, you know, I was watching the news, I was reading the news feed, so I was like, I was creating like my own anxieties
Yeah.
on top of the asteroid shit.
That's right.
But and then I kind of hit a point where I was just like, you know what, like it is what it is. It's gonna run its course, and I don't need to be involved in the media
Yeah.
because it just makes my mind wander
Just
and create
focus.
its own.
Just focus on your shit. You know, work on your music and just hang out
Yeah,
with your
So
family. Yeah.
I disabled my news feed on my phone, and I removed any news channels on YouTube because I watch a lot of shit on YouTube, like how to repair my car, whatever, guitar videos, you know, all sorts of stuff. So I wouldn't accidentally come upon like any sort of coronavirus story, like. And so I found that within like a couple of days of just disconnecting myself from all that stuff, like my anxiety level dropped. And like I would enjoy the days. In fact, there were some mornings that I would wake up and totally forget about what was going on until I went outside and saw everybody driving around
With the
masks on.
mask. Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, this shit's still going on.
Yeah. I honestly I don't understand the people that drive with their mask on.
I don't either.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the coronavirus from your car.
I know. And it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know? You're breathing your own.
I'm suffocating all day long.
I
in my
hate it,
freaking
yeah.
N95.
Me and Jason wear glasses, so our glasses get all fogged up. Yeah.
Hate it. I hate it. And I hate that we have to wear them at work
Like,
now, too.
Jason and I just had this discussion not only a few days ago about like people, you know, they'll wear them in the stores, and I'm like, why are they still walking in the parking lot by themselves? You know, probably because it's convenient just to leave it on. But like, I don't know, walking out in the heat right now,
Yeah.
even for a minute with because I've walked out of the store and just had it on. Even for a minute, I'm like, this is nonsense. I'll
Yeah,
take it off.
I was at Home Depot and I had it on, and I started getting all hot, like, oh, I can't breathe. Like all straight claustrophobic just from fucking.
I take
You know.
I take it off, like slightly off when I'm not around
Oh,
anyone, and then I get to someone and I just put it back on. But
I'll just bring it down to my chin,
yeah.
or I'll cover up my mouth and let my nose breathe.
That's what people make fun of people like you.
What?
People making fun of people that don't cover their nose, like.
I'm standing
so much of that on the
all
internet.
alone. I'm standing all alone by myself. Like no one's within a 30-foot radius of me, like in a store. I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
But did you see that they put the 6 feet apart lines? You know,
Oh, yeah.
in front of you, but right next to you, they're literally like a foot away.
Oh my god!
That's so true.
In my
It's a good thing they don't go sideways.
right down the street is a Vaughn's in my neighborhood. Right, they've put these fucking one-way stickers all over the store. So like you can only go one way down an aisle,
going-
and it's ridiculous. It is
Yeah.
just so what you go down to the end of the aisle and you're like, oh whoops, I forgot. It's every single time I go into that store, they're
You
trying
follow
something
those
new.
rules?
Huh?
You follow those rules?
No, I don't follow those rules.
I actually stopped going to that Vaughn's, and now I go to Ralph's on Foothill. It's so much
Yeah.
better.
It is. They can let you in both entrances over
I
at that
know,
route.
isn't that cool? I've been there multiple times. I had a bunch of toilet paper on Sunday, and a gang of TP on Sunday. So I feel like there's not a big, there's no Rona when I go to Ralph's.
Yeah.
You gotta wear a mask, but it's pretty comfy.
It's like Vaughn's down the street is like the guinea pig for all, like they're testing all different types of
Right.
experiments of how to fucking herd people through the store. And I'm like, just stay 6 feet away from each other, like just you don't gotta have one way aisles,
And
you don't gotta
entrance on one
Stop
side.
touching each other's faces.
Why
But
do they make people go in one side and out the other? I don't get that.
You got the guy at the gas station who's like sanitizing the buttons after
after everyone, yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, dude! Like, it's up to you to sanitize your hands, man.
Yeah. I went to a Winco and they were they only let 25 people in the store at a time. So there's a huge line outside. So they're just only letting a few people in at a time. But I mean, it's not that bad. But when it gets packed, you're fucking waiting outside in the heat for an hour, waiting to get in to buy groceries.
Unfortunately, Trader Joe's is our favorite place to shop, and there's a line to go and get into Trader Joe's every single time. But it doesn't last that long. But Trader Joe's is a small store, so
Have you been out in public and sneeze yet?
Oh yeah, today. I sneezed because of the sun.
The sun gets me too all the time since I was a kid.
I was inside and I walked outside and I looked at the sun. I'm like, oh shit, here it comes.
It was like,
and everyone's just like,
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to go back to your house.
And I sneezed right up. I just sneezed right up into the like,
fucking missed everybody.
There's nobody around me, but like somebody who was like a quarter mile away was like, "What the fuck was that, dude?"
We need to open the beaches, man, because people are just gonna be like, "Fuck you," and go anyways.
Yeah.
So, and
honestly, that's all right.
Is like, when was the last time you went to the beach and sat less than 6 feet away from someone?
Never.
I've never went to the beach and like put my shit like next to the people.
I don't want to. I don't want to fucking smell some nasty ass feet right next to me and shit. So I keep my distance.
Even the busiest day of summer, you're not 6 feet away from somebody. So
but
they need to.
Dude, if someone came up and posted up next to me within 6 feet, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? There's a whole beach here."
I did see a video though that a guy got attacked by a shark because the sharks are coming back to the beaches because there's no one there to scare them off and stuff. So he got attacked by a shark. At the beach.
You're part of the problem.
What was that?
You're part of the problem. That never happens. Fake news.
Fox News should hire me. I think it was. I think it was up north.
In Florida, that shit happens all the time.
In NorCal.
I gotta say that the smog has been really nice lately. It's been real clear skies except today. Today was just nasty.
Yeah.
Like I drove around, it looked like a typical summer day here again.
Oh, dude, them jets are polluting the skies over here.
Dropping those chemtrails.
Fucking massive.
This went from music straight to
conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theory.
What they don't want you to know.
Yeah, I think we got like an hour of like good information, and the rest is just like, all right, let's de-stress from it all. But
I mean, you gotta interview who we are, what goes on in our lives, in our heads.
Yeah, no, you literally took the reins. We're like, so what do you guys think?
Yeah.
And then when we asked,
you think I want to talk to you about my musical influences for 30 minutes? No, I'd rather talk about the black guy with the big dick and
and then the baseball dick and
exactly.
It's just a bunch of dicks. Yeah.
How about here's a musical question. What's your favorite kind of guitar to play?
I like playing the Jackson DGMK series. My uncle had a really nice one. It was blue.
You hear yourself?
EMG 8185s.
Nice.
It had a real nice tone. I like the action on it. It was a little wider than I was used to. I really like the smaller fretboards. I'm a small dude, so I got small hands, but that's just
Right
that's
on.
why I like playing Les Pauls, because I feel so like big. The necks are thick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I played at Ibanez for many. No, not Ibanez. A Schecter for many years.
You want to see Ibanez? I'll show
And
you.
then now I'm actually a back defender. I used to play a Telecaster.
Look at this beaut.
That's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then now I'm into Stratocaster. I'm searching for a sound, and I actually today just picked up a set of pickups that are hopefully going to help me towards that way. Lawler. L-O-L. Yeah, Jason's shaking his head because I've purchased like 6 amps in the last 6 months.
We've had 4 shows. in that
I'm
time period.
sitting here at home. Like, yeah, we've had 4 shows, but yeah, Lollar. Maybe they can, whatever.
Every time we get to practice, Pat will bring a new amp. We practice like every couple weeks.
I had a 100 watt PV head, green. It was like green something. And then I had a Fender DeVille 410, and then I had a Marshall JCM 2000 TSL, and now I'm at a AC30, and I think I'm sticking with the AC30 now. And I just
in the last 6 months.
yeah, and I just picked up not just picked up, but I play it out of an orange cab with 2 vintage 30s in it.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
You know what? Let me push pause for you, Pat. So I want you to start at the beginning of that story and say what you used before that. For 19 years, you used the same shit.
what the guitar or the amp? The
Yeah,
bolts?
you had a basin cabinet for like 15
Oh,
years.
yeah. So Basin or Basson, what a BASSON cabinet that had 410. It was a 412 cabinet with
Yeah.
Eminence Legend speakers in it, and that thing was definitely roadworthy. In fact, it's still in my garage. Of course, I've dissected it, but it took a beating and kept going. I used to play out of a B52 tube amp, which was a 100 watt tube amp, which ran its course, and we were actually on tour up in Vail, Colorado, I think it was. No, Salt Lake City, and my buddy, our Cliff, was it Cliff? Kind of like our roadie guy on tour with us. He went to grab it out of the trailer, and it literally just fell apart. It's just like the wood just.
That wasn't Vail. You're right.
It's all. It just fell apart.
No.
So then, the next day or whatever it was, we had a show in Salt Lake City, and while we were in the green room, there was a brochure for this local company called Bolt, B-O-L-T amplification. They're not around anymore, but they had brochures for these really nice 100 watt 3-channel, separate voicings for each channel, separate reverb selectors for each channel, real nice amps. So we actually hit them up the next day on a Sunday and told them that we were on tour. One of our amps broke. We'd like to come in and check them out, and they actually opened up the factory for us and had us, let us go in there and test out the amps. Yeah, we ended up picking up 2 of those from them. Yeah, real cool amps. Unfortunately, I broke up with it in some other circumstances, but yeah. So then after that, I actually picked up an Egnator, a small Egnator tweaker, which is what are those 20, 25, 40 watts? That's what it was called. Yeah. So, and that's kind of when I began my amp search.
Like the moral of the story that I was trying to show is that like Pat had 2 amps for 17 years.
And then now he has like 20.
Now he 8 of them.
Yeah, 6 amps, 6 months.
It's that online shopping, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely just kind of geeking out on tone these days. Now I'm sober. I've been sober.
That's why. Now you can
sober. Yeah, I've been sober for 2 years. Drugs and alcohol and stuff. So
congrats.
Thanks, man. It's definitely interesting how much more like I can get, like I can geek out on stuff and just like focus more on it. So now I'm like going overboard with searching for a tone. But it's fun, it's fun to get deep into something like that. It's just it's like a little project, little hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever makes you happy, you got to follow through with it.
Yeah, except it costs a lot of money.
That's the bad part.
Yeah.
Tell your secret.
My secret?
Yeah, your secret so it doesn't cost a whole lot of money.
My secret what?
Never mind. Just how you return it all.
Oh, well, Guitar Center's got the 45-day return policy. So I would go in, buy the amp, used or whatever it was, one that was interesting to me, and I would go play it at home, play it at a couple of shows, then go return it, swap it out, grab another one. That's why I did that for like 4 or 5 amps. And then it was finally between the Marshall and the Vox AC30. I already owned the Marshall, and the Vox AC30 was like $750 on sale or something like that. And I was just like, So I ended up putting the Vox on my credit card, and then I kept it beyond the 45-day period. So now I stuck with both. Now I have the Marshall and the Vox, but I don't need a lot of amps. I just want to find one and set it and forget it. Kind of. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, if you know anybody who wants a Marshall amp head, I'm selling it.
Pat also sells single squares of toilet paper on OfferUp.
Yeah.
Nice.
I when all the toilet paper shit was going down, I broke off individual squares and posted it on OfferUp. And people were losing it. They were cracking up, and then OfferUp shut it down within like a couple hours.
Damn.
Oh, really?
Man.
Yeah, they took it down.
Oh, I didn't know that. That shit's hilarious.
That's fucking funny. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, let's see. Hi, Pat's girlfriend. I can't
Babe,
get. I'm looking at. Hey, that's Babe right there. Hey, Babe.
Babe,
Babe.
love you, babe.
So, who's the coolest people you guys interviewed, or had on your show?
Are you guys trying to put us on the spot?
Yeah.
Do you want? Do you?
We'll be fine with that.
We've interviewed Everest.
You know, like who was good to talk to?
I think everyone has had like a little bit of everyone's a little different.
Yeah.
I like talking to everyone. We've had a rapper, we had a metal
I like
band.
You guys in your mindset.
You guys
the
do
fact that
DJs?
you're-
What's that?
DJs, like electronic DJs. You do interview any DJs?
No, not yet.
DJs, electronic DJs.
Yeah, I got it. No, we haven't interviewed a DJ yet.
No, I'm really big into like house music, like dark tribal tech house and stuff like that. So
We've done rock, a rap, like a R&B pop duo. We were gonna have Tomorrow's Bad Seeds on the show, but we couldn't work the schedule out with Mo. And then you guys. So
Cool.
cool. All right.
yeah, starting
So
out.
what
But,
outlets will it be on? Spotify?
Spotify, Apple, Google,
I'm
Anchor.
doing your job for you. I'm asking so that it's on there. People here know where to go get it.
Dang.
Nice, see?
Yeah, so
Cool.
every streaming platform.
Nice.
Make sure you sanitize it before you put it out.
Spray it with Lysol. I'll inject some Fabuloso in it. How about that?
That's funny, dude. Make sure that was a good one, Pat.
Watch.
When we put out the Seasides, that's what I'm gonna say. That
It's
that we
fully
disinfected
disinfected.
Yeah.
It's wearing a
It's
mask.
good it's good for your usage.
So yeah,
Cool.
Oh.
I think we're good.
Right on.
When should we put that out? You guys tell us a good date.
So it's gonna be airing. It's gonna be live the 4th.
The 4th. That's Tuesday, right?
No, it's Monday.
Monday? I don't know. Tuesday? Okay. I'll have to look again. May the
Hey,
4th.
you guys get stimulus checks?
What was that?
Get your stimulus checks?
Yep, I got it.
Just one.
Right on.
Fucking bastards.
Right away,
Okay.
just got it.
I think
direct
after they
deposit.
take that money, then I still owe some money. So
Yeah, mine went straight to fucking rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good movie, but I wouldn't have put my stimulus money on it. Thank you for getting that.
I'm gonna put some tint on my car windows.
With that stimulus,
Yeah.
I was this close.
Well, some
was-
of it,
I was this close to buying like some more gear, but I was like, nah, I can't.
I wanted to buy more gear too, but I got to pay off the credit card that I bought gear with initially.
You were gonna buy a couple more amps, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm tired of driving around in the SoCal summertime with no tint. I'm gonna put on some ceramic tint to, help with that.
So
I drive a Golf, like an old 2000 GTI, so it's like a fishbowl. The windows are so there's so much like open space for the sun to come in.
Yeah. So Jake lived in Yuma. I lived in El Centro. They're like 45 minutes away. So we got 120-degree weather in the summer. I've never had tint on any of my family car windows or any of my windows. So I'm used to like not having tint. And now I have a car that has full tint. I have no idea how the fuck I did it before.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea.
I'm looking forward to it so much. I can't wait. I'm just like, it's like Christmas for me coming up here. That's Jason's wife.
Yep. I like it. If you guys start a band, you become somewhat successful, you have dozens and dozens of fans, you can have an 8-year-old wife. Really, my daughter.
I'm gonna end the car.
Yeah, I'm not part of this.
I don't know. No.
What?
I can't unsee what I see.
That was inappropriate.
Yeah. I mean,
never said who his favorite band was.
My air conditioner ain't the greatest, so hopefully, like, some ceramic tint will help it, keep cool inside a little bit better
Have you tried
than it is now.
putting blankets in the windows?
Oh yeah, blankets.
I need a machine to condition the air.
It's a Mexican saying. You always put foil on your windows so it could reflect the sun, so it doesn't get as hot.
Foil.
You guys been to Rocky Point?
To where?
Yes, Puerto Peñasco.
Yeah.
Rocky Point.
Hell yeah.
We years ago we went and played a festival down there with
Was that with Revolution?
Revolution. It was Revolution there. Pacifier was there. Dirty Heads. Tomorrow's Bad Seeds. There's a bunch of us. It was just a bunch of us on the beach getting fucking drunk together. I think the biggest crowd there was probably like 50 people.
Oh.
Yeah.
250.
Yeah, maybe 200.
Maybe 200. That's a big gap.
That's a big, wow.
200 people.
It was a really big
200
space.
people on a big old open beach is like.
Oh yeah, so they're super scattered and shit. Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is when people were scared to go to Mexico, but it was. You know what?
They were murdering people.
Well, they're always murdering people in Mexico.
Yeah, it's like a everyday thing.
It's a thing.
If they don't murder someone, it's not Mexico.
Yeah, they were killing. They usually don't murder people in Rocky Point, but I think it was getting that way. But it was just a strange time, and like I was saying, like Dirty Heads, all these guys are buddies of ours, and we got fucking just. It was crazy. Yeah, I was just hammered on the beach for 3 days and acting a fool, and like none of the bands
Really
even
didn't
gave a fuck about the shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just so fucking hammered.
Really, really good time.
It's awesome.
This is before the Dirty Heads were the Dirty Heads.
Day drinking, nothing.
Day
Those
drinking,
those were the days.
morning drinking.
Yeah. Can you guys day drink right now?
Well,
You're sober. Yeah.
but before
Yeah, I don't really
that, I drank morning to night, red wine,
I can.
red wine morning to night.
Yeah.
Like I would wake up with a hangover and open up a bottle of red wine.
Yeah. Well, you need that for a hangover.
Yeah.
Or a chavela or michelada.
Yeah, exactly.
See, red wine was perfect because beer, I have to drink too much to get the feeling that I would need it, and so I'd piss every 10 minutes. Liquor is just terrible because it's just liquor. But wine is like 14% around there. It's like right in the middle. It's red wine, so it's a little room temperature. So you kind of sip it a little bit slower than you would pound a cold beer or take a shot or mix drinks. So it was a good medium that I found. But my liver obviously wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
But the liquor store down my street here would have $3 bottles of wine, like just the cheapest I could find.
They probably went out of business.
I know.
When I stopped drinking, I asked them if their wine sales went down.
I was just gonna say that they were probably super bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably have bought. I probably bought about 3 bottles a day. So
that's a good $9.
yeah, but I mean, think about it: $9 for 3 bottles of wine, like that's
not bad.
Good bang for your buck.
Well, yeah, Aldi has the $3 bottles too.
Oh yeah, I would get some from Aldi's too.
Yeah.
What's the brand name? It's
Winking Owl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
It's called Box O Wine.
I didn't eat
Pinot Noir was my favorite. Like that, but they had good wine too. It's cheap.
Yeah.
And it's decent. It was decent stuff. Yeah. So I got all these right down the street too. I like to go there once in a while.
Cheap.
You know that? Isn't it Trader Joe's brother who opened Aldi's?
Conspiracy?
It's all monopoly. It's all the same company.
Yeah. It's all
Amazon
owned by
owns
Walmart.
everything.
Yeah.
Have you guys? What's your favorite TV show to watch? Don't worry, guys. I'll take over the interview. You're good.
Here, I'll transfer you the mic.
What's your binge show, like best show ever?
Breaking Bad.
That's right. Good answer.
I've seen that one like 20 times.
What about
Rewatch
Lost?
it. I've never
I'm
seen Lost.
rewatching it for this. I'm
Lost
rewatching
is
it right now for the
freaking
second
nuts,
time.
man.
True Blood.
True Blood got so stupid at the end, though.
Dude, I got three seasons into Breaking Bad. I haven't watched the rest. So
What?
You need to watch it.
I have
Dude.
my favorite action movie. It's called Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
Oh,
That's a first-person view, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
It's all GoPro shot.
It's all one shot, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Looks like one shot.
It is.
So-
I think they did it all in like a couple takes. It was supposedly.
What about Better Call Saul? You watch that?
I
love
saw the
that
first
show.
2 seasons, and it has a third one right now.
Right now, it's like no, there's 5.
Oh,
Right now, it's like melding with Breaking Bad.
yeah. Well, I saw.
Pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, I saw the what is it? El Pollo Hermanos on the
Yeah.
cover. I was like, damn.
So, yeah, you gotta watch it. I was gonna tell you something, but I don't want to ruin it. But it starts like crossing over, you know. That's why I started watching Breaking Bad again, the second time, because I wanted to actually see the things I missed from the beginning that might actually cross over, and it's super cool.
Yeah, I started watching it, and then, well, because I was watching it, every episode.
Yeah,
I was waiting
should
for
watch-
the episode.
You should watch this.
yeah, there you go.
It's
Watch
called
that.
Devs. DEVS on Hulu.
Or is it called Deus?
One season or Deus.
What is it about?
It's too hard to explain. My
Yeah,
mom
it's-
asked me that. I'm like, let's watch it.
Did you watch?
I mean,
trying to
how would you
describe a
describe
Tool
the
song.
genre of it? It's like kind of dark,
It's like techie,
dark
sci-fi,
sci-fi.
thriller.
Did you guys watch that James Franco movie on Hulu where he goes back and he's a time traveler?
Yes.
What movie?
19 something or other.
Yeah, it was when Kennedy died. It was the date Kennedy died. I don't remember the exact date, but that was the title of the.
Ruin the World.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good. That was a good show.
that was a
What's
really
the-
good
what-
show.
They only made the one season though, right?
Let me see. It's
What's that called?
It's good. You'll like it. James Franco, right? Is the main guy?
1950 something.
I gotta update my repertoire because
It's on HBO, right?
I've watched.
no,
too
it's on
much
Hulu.
everything.
It was a Hulu original. It's
Yeah.
11/22/63.
11/22/63. That's right.
There you go.
That's the name of it. It's
You know
really
what?
good
I
fucking show.
cannot stand is Game of Thrones, dude.
I
I'm
haven't seen a
sorry.
single episode yet.
I've tried to watch. I've got through 3 of them because I'm like, dude, if everybody in the world loves this, it's got to be all right, right? So I started watching it. I just can't, and I tried again. And I can't.
I saw 5 seasons. I was in love with it. The
Yeah,
first,
so you're
well,
you're the normal one.
the first episode, you're already getting, the main people die in the
What
first
show is
freaking
this?
episode. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You ever heard of that?
I tried.
Yeah.
I think
watched Sons of
just
Anarchy
Dungeons
over
and
Game of
Dragons,
Thrones.
like I think that time period doesn't work for me.
The Renaissance and type.
Yeah, I never liked anything really that's associated with that. I watched the Red Wedding though. I watched that episode, and I was like, this is supposed. It was super like crazy. It was fun to watch, but I couldn't watch like the whole. I couldn't
Yeah.
like watch the series.
I think it's not everyone's cup of tea.
It's most people's. I would say, people love that thing.
The eyebrows on that kitty.
Yeah, Pat's got dogs and cats and girlfriends and stuff.
Girlfriends, what are those?
It's a happening spot here.
Jake has Pamela Henderson.
And
I've heard of her.
Hey, you see right here on her nose, right here, she got a little bit of the white yayo left over from last night's party.
Oh man, some booger sugar.
She loves catnip. That's for sure. I know that.
Yeah.
Catnip.
Her name is Liza, after the No Effects song Liza and Louise.
Are you guys No Effects fans?
I'm gonna say I've never heard of them.
You said you were in a screamo band before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you never heard No Effects. I'm surprised, but it's actually really different. It's more punk.
That's a lot of work.
You need to go listen to No Effects, and then we'll chat.
A screamo. So, how do you warm up? How do you warm up for a screamo set?
Oh man.
Like screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you a singer?
I was the vocalist.
Yeah. Like, what? Do you have any like warm up techniques, or you just like drank and just said, "Screw it, here we go"?
I would always drink. You know what I would do? I would spray the cough thing that would numb your throat.
Yeah. Oh my God.
right before a show, so it wouldn't hurt. Because if I didn't spray that, my throat would hurt for like the rest of the fucking night until the morning.
Oh my God.
So I would always.
What do you know about Bring Me the Horizon?
I knew he hurt his voice really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
He had surgery on his lymph nodes.
Same thing
so
with
did
Avenged Sevenfold too.
Yeah.
Wasn't drinking enough whiskey.
Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon went from like the most heavy shit ever to the most
Like pop
rock, pop punk. I don't even know.
I still can listen to the old stuff and the new stuff though.
I think they're great. I think they're great musicians, and they changed it up. They didn't stay, consistent.
Yeah.
But so
Well, they had a guy join the band that does like the keyboards and like the techie side.
Yeah.
And like once that dude joined the band, like they totally shifted their sound completely. But I do think in the big picture it was better for them, But we were on the same Warped Tour as them, and I had never ever heard of them before.
What year was that?
2010, I think.
I thought it was.
I was at that Warped Tour.
I thought it was 07.
That's the one you got sunburnt at.
That's the one I got sunburned at.
Tyler wasn't even in our band then, Pat.
Bring Me the Horizon headline. The main amphitheater.
There was another big band that I can't remember their name. Another Day.
A Day to Remember.
A Day to Remember. They were like co-headliners. So,
yeah, I was.
The lineup switches every day.
If it was 2010, I was at that show at the Cricket Amphitheater in San Diego.
Nice, yeah, that was a good one. That's funny. That's the only one we did not play because it was a makeup date, if you recall.
We played 7 days.
What?
My favorite show was the Gorge up in Washington.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Sacramento was really good too.
The sound man would test the sound every day with
Mad Caddies.
Drinking till 11. The song "Drinking for 11" by the Mad Caddies. So now, whenever I hear that song, it just kind of it takes me back to that spot on the Gorge. You know the Gorge.
I think most bands that have been there, they know for sure. If you've been there, you gotta see it. It's like one of the best settings for a concert. Like just imagine like Dave Matthews Band or some crazy jam band. People just sitting out there at night, loving it.
We played at the Whiskey, and that was probably the furthest show we've went off. We played at the Whiskey, and then
The Whiskey Go-Go?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Whiskey.
Yeah, we opened for we opened for Asking Alexandria. That was probably our best show, but other than that, we never toured. We never did anything like that.
They make you sell tickets?
What was that?
They make you sell tickets to play that show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the Whiskey.
It actually boosted up our following, so I mean it was pretty cool, and it was my best shows. I was fucking happy to sell 6, and honestly all those tickets I sold in line there because it was sold out, so we had all the tickets and we just sold them there and got to play.
Yeah, we sold tickets to play the Whiskey one time. And it wasn't with a cool band, I don't think.
Did you guys get the video shit too?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we regret that because we didn't.
We were this close.
We were fucking broke. I was barely out of high school. I didn't have any fucking money. I was barely working 20 hours. And so they were trying to charge us like $250 or whatever it was to get that video. I was like, yeah, fuck no. I have $5 to my name.
Dance there in the 70s.
I think that was probably like one of our first 10 shows for sure. Because I was still working at Tony Roma's and I was like selling tickets to my coworkers and shit. Like,
yeah, it was like 20,
family members.
2003.
I think it was 2002. For sure.
Yeah, we had 5 friends that would follow us everywhere. No matter where we went, they would, go with us too.
Yeah.
And they were always the ones that would buy the tickets, and then we would sell the rest at the show. So,
hey, listen, dude, we've been around the country, like I said, 14 times in Japan and all that, and we still have those same 5 friends.
Yeah, we've got some very interesting followers who have stuck with us for over years. I'll tell you that.
Interesting. That's a good way to put it.
yeah.
We have a friend of ours that will come up on stage and just throw hundreds of dollar bills on us while we're playing. It's just the strangest thing. I mean,
So you guys start stripping, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Slapping the
There's
bass.
nothing better than shirtless Jason. What's up? Cool. Right on, babe. Sweet.
Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on the show again. I mean, I really appreciate it.
I got to start thinking about dinner here.
I've been thinking about that.
I got one.
I'm going to come get some food, Pat, at your house, okay?
Let's see. There's no meat here.
We're gonna go get food at your house.
All right. There's no meat.
Will you cook it?
Pat's not only sober, but he's also a vegetarian.
Mm.
It's just the
Sounds
craziest
fun.
thing in the world to me. He came to my house the other day, and I just made bacon right before he came in, and you should have seen the look on his face. He almost had a reaction. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I almost a relapse on bacon.
That's the word I was looking for. Realize.
What's up,
Not
man?
a reaction. All right, cool, man. Well,
All right.
just send me a link whenever this thing is up so I can help promote it too. So,
Yeah.
Thanks for-
Well, I hope you guys liked this interview. Fucking fun guys, man. Fun fucking guys. And if you're into conspiracy theories, this is the episode for you.
Totally. Oh my god, this was barely even about music at all.
Shit, I'm okay with that. We got to know them, got to, have a feel of what they are about. And
They're really smart people. They're obviously they're human. They're cool. They're woke. They're not.
yeah.
They're not typical mouth breathers. So I think they know that too.
Well, hey, they have a new single that just came out last month, April 15th. Work until it's over. And it's talking about how, people work and work and work and work, and all you do is just work for the rest of your fucking life, And I mean, I guess it's true. It's pretty fucking true.
Dang.
Yeah.
That hits deep, dude, because when you're passionate about something and you want to make a living in society, it's like, okay, well, you have to be a slave to this thing and kind of let it guide you, take you. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but it's really ultimately what you make it. And if you're not doing it to enjoy yourself, if you're not doing it because you love it, you might be doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we will be releasing some merch for Music Junkies. Be sure to stay tuned. I'm wearing one of the sample shirts. Jake is getting his soon. So, help support. We're going to try to make as much as we can, improve our sound, improve our studio and everything. So please help us out. If you listen to us on Spotify and you like Apple Podcasts better, we're on there too. We're on, every streaming platform. So be sure to check us out. Like us on Instagram, Facebook. Do we have a Twitter yet?
no.
So we will get a Twitter soon. You'll see us on there. Send us a message. Email us. My email is mario@musicjunkiespodcast.com. Jake's is Jacob at musicjunkiespodcast.com. Send us new bands, anything you want to share with us. We're up for it. So give us a ring, shoot us a line, slide into our DMs, whatever these new hip kids are saying. I don't know.
Most importantly, you guys stay safe out there. I think now's kind of a time to be with your families, your loved ones, your friends. So that's all I'm saying.
So you guys have a great rest of your week. And if you want to hear more, be sure to stay tuned. We got big things coming.
Open to suggestions. So throw us your comments. Let us know what you think. Peace, guys.